The state's largest community college has been battling to stay open after a commission decided last year to strip its accreditation. But this week, supporters of City College of San Francisco celebrated a temporary reprieve. KQED education reporter Anna Tintaklis reports.
It's been a good week for supporters of City College of San Francisco. A judge ruled the college can remain accredited pending a trial. Now the accrediting commission is itself under scrutiny. San Francisco City Attorney Dennis Herrera filed the lawsuit.
Our intention in filing this case has always been to enjoin private accreditors from effectively closing a cherished public institution, which has been a cornerstone of economic opportunity and educational promise for generations of San Franciscans.
House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi made a personal appearance to signal her support, speaking at the college's Chinatown campus.
Nothing brings more money to the Treasury, the public treasury, than the education of the American people.
Still, the official in charge of City College says the court ruling was unnecessary to keep the school open. I sat down with Special Trustee Robert Agrella to talk about his plans and next steps for the college.
Okay, Dr. Agrella, thank you for being with us today. I think the big question on many people's minds right now is the recent court ruling in which a judge sided with the city attorney's office saying CCSF can remain accredited pending a trial. What does this court ruling mean for you?
In reality, the court ruling for me and for the institution has no direct effect in the sense that we are going to continue to do what we have been doing, which is making tremendous progress towards meeting the accreditation standards. Clearly, I think the ruling to students possibly meant that they had the better opportunity to register and know that their degrees, their units would be still in effect. But for us at the institution, it's just continuing to work towards meeting those accreditation standards.
I wanted to ask you about that because as you've said, that you're very neutral in the court issue in the legal situation right now. Why not take a stand on that? I think some supporters say that might show your allegiance to the college.
No, my allegiance to the college is to maintain the accreditation standards. I was brought here in order to help the institution meet those accreditation standards and maintain its accreditation.
So do you agree with what the Accreditation Commission pointed out as flaws at the college?
Absolutely, I do. I think the Commission findings were accurate with respect to the institution itself and not meeting the standards at that point in time.
I think a lot of people are still scratching their heads when they hear about fiscal mismanagement and problems with governance. They don't quite understand it. Specifically, can you give us some examples of what you've been trying to turn around?
There were two major areas. One was in fiscal, the other was in governance. The institution hadn't been meeting the 5% reserve, special reserve that the institution has and required to have. Checks and balances, for example, within the personnel area to be sure that people would be paid on time and would be paid the correct amount. And the lack of the use of a database system, a software system called Banner.
So moving on to the work at hand, how close are you and your team to completing these tasks? 357 tasks needed to satisfy the accreditors.
You've seen our roadmap then, the 357 items that we've actually self-identified along with as spin-offs of the accreditation report. I'd say at this point we're probably around 70%. I think by the end of spring semester we'll be hopefully 85–90% completed. To the really important matter, the heart of your question, and that is, what kind of progress have we really made? We've made tremendous progress, not the least of which is we have a permanent full-time chancellor now, a very experienced chancellor, Dr. Arthur Tyler, who has experience both at the community college level in California as well as in Texas. We have 3 vice chancellors, brand new, who are very, very experienced. I feel really good about the top tier and all of the administrative structure, but particularly at the top end of the institution. Some
say that even if the accreditation is regained through all this process.
Well, we have never lost it.
Okay, that's true. In the end here, that the enrollment and the cost to enrollment because of all this has really hit the college so much that maybe the college will never really be able to rebound. So how do you attempt to solve this enrollment problem?
I think getting the word out that we are still open, fully accredited, we maintain our accreditation, We're here for students, and we're going to just continue to work to maintain the accreditation.
But how concerning is the enrollment? Because that means a lot of funding lost.
You know, the California Community College's enrollment is tied to how much funds you receive. So if we suffer the enrollment loss that we're currently looking at, it would take a pretty big hit within our budget. What we would have to do there would be we would simply contract some of our course offerings, which would be naturally contracted because the enrollment wouldn't be there to fill the courses that we're offering.
And classes begin on Monday. What's your message to the public, to students, to faculty?
We are here, we are open, we remain fully accredited. I'm very, very optimistic about where we're headed, and City College will be here for decades to come.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Agrella.
You're welcome. Thank you.
That was KQED education reporter Anna Tintaklis speaking with Robert Agrella. For more background and a timeline on City College's fight to stay open, go to kqednews.org.